Sometimes we don't lose our dreams. We simply leave them somewhere, waiting for us to come back. For Daniel, that forgotten dream had been sitting quietly in his garage for 13 years. One quiet morning, Daniel finally picked up an old cloth and began wiping the dust from his blue bicycle. As the dust disappeared, so did some of the distance between him and an old dream. 13 years earlier, Daniel had stood proudly beside that same bicycle, holding a countryside map. He had been excited about all the places he was going to see. He had even planned the route carefully. The map was ready, the bicycle was ready, and Daniel was ready. Or at least he thought he was. But years later, Daniel's life had become busy. Every day was filled with work, errands, and people who needed his help. Daniel was always helping someone. Carrying a package, delivering something, solving a small problem. He rarely said no. In fact, Daniel had one funny habit. Whenever someone asked him for a favor, his hand would automatically go up in a thumbs up before his brain had time to think. Even at home, Daniel was usually busy. During dinner, he would listen to Ethan while still thinking about everything waiting for him tomorrow. One Sunday evening, Ethan wandered into the garage looking for his football. As he searched through the boxes, he noticed the old blue bicycle covered in dust. He wiped a little dust from the handlebar and looked at his father. "Dad, is this your bicycle?" Daniel smiled. "Yeah, I bought it a long time ago." Ethan looked at the dusty bicycle, then back at his father. "Then why don't you ever ride it?" Daniel opened his mouth to answer, but this time no excuse came out. That night, Daniel found the old countryside map he had bought 13 years ago. He unfolded it slowly. The road was still there, and suddenly, Daniel realized something uncomfortable. The road hadn't been waiting for him. He had been waiting for the perfect time. The next morning, Daniel made a very small decision. He wouldn't plan the perfect trip. He wouldn't wait for the perfect Sunday. He wouldn't wait until work became easier or life became quieter. He would simply ride. Before sunrise, Daniel checked the bicycle. He tested the brakes, checked the tires, and made sure everything was safe. Then he placed his phone face down on the kitchen table. For once, Daniel decided that every notification could wait. A few minutes later, he wheeled the blue bicycle out of the garage and looked toward the open road. Daniel climbed onto the bicycle and began riding through the quiet neighborhood. His first few minutes were a little awkward, but soon he started smiling. Then the road began to rise. Daniel pedaled harder as the hill became steeper. Halfway up, Daniel stopped and leaned over the handlebars, completely exhausted. He looked at the bicycle with an expression that seemed to say, "Seriously?" For a moment, Daniel thought about turning around. Nobody would know. Nobody would blame him. He could simply go home and try again someday. Instead, he rested for 5 minutes, laughed at himself, and started pedaling again. Slowly, the hill disappeared behind him. Soon, the city began disappearing too. The buildings became smaller, the roads quieter, and the countryside opened in front of him. Daniel finally reached the top of the hill. He stopped beside the bicycle and looked at the view. Green fields stretched beneath the open sky. Birds moved across the distance. The wind gently moved through the grass. For the first time in a long time, Daniel wasn't thinking about what he needed to do next. He was simply enjoying where he was. Standing there, Daniel realized how long he had been rushing through life. He had spent years taking care of everything except the person who was living that life. So Daniel sat down in the grass beside his bicycle. He didn't check his phone. He simply enjoyed being there. Later that afternoon, Daniel rode back home. The road was the same. The bicycle was the same. But Daniel felt lighter. When he reached home, Ethan was waiting on the porch. Daniel smiled as he arrived, tired but genuinely happy. Ethan looked at his father and noticed something different. Daniel still had the same uniform, the same bicycle, and the same busy life, but his smile seemed completely different. The following Sunday, Daniel didn't wait for another perfect opportunity. He simply took the bicycle out again. This time, Ethan came along. They rode together down the countryside road, laughing when Daniel struggled with the same hill again. As the sun slowly disappeared behind the hills, Daniel looked at his son and smiled. He realized something simple. He hadn't needed a new life. He had only needed to start living the life he already had. Because you don't need a perfect life to start enjoying it. You don't need more free time. You don't need everything to be under control. Sometimes you just need to stop saying, "I'll do it someday," because someday is not a date on the calendar. If there's something you've been postponing, something that makes you feel alive, make a little space for it now. Take the first ride. Even if it's slow, even if you're out of breath, even if there's a hill waiting for you, because your life is happening while you're waiting for the perfect moment. And sometimes, the dream you've been waiting years to live is only one small decision away. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start with the moment you have.